Hi guys, what's going on? It's Kaiger1324 up here today with a little bit of a micro review. We're going to be doing reviews of all these fucking games. And do you want to know what? It's really weird. All these games are fucking shit. To some extent, of course. There are some redeeming qualities with some of these games. But these are all games that I've been playing lately. And why not? You might ask yourself, why not do I just do them individually, make more videos? Because I hardly played these fucking games for that long. I played them for about 10 minutes. Do you know why? Because that's all they're worth. They're only worth that amount. Some of them I played more than others, of course, and I'll point them out. Now, I'm sorry, I don't feel too great either, so ignore the horrible sniffing and things like that. I can't help that, but I do want to. Sorry, I wasn't going to make this an angry review, but I feel like I should. So let's start with a movie game. Oh my god, look how shiny it is! It's King Kong, the official game of the movie. It's a slipcase. It's limited edition. It's steelbook. It comes with a bonus DVD. Because, why not? Because it's worth it's worth watching the movie. It's better, you're fucking better off watching the movie. I haven't seen the King Kong movie, but I guarantee you it's better than playing a fucking shitty game. Do you know why? Because at least in the movie you get to see King Kong more. In this game, you play as freaking Jack, right? You play as Jack, the main character in the King Kong movie. Sorry if I forgot what his last name is. It's been a while. But instead of going around as King Kong, you play as Jack on an island. Now, like I said, it's not the worst movie game out there. In fact, it's not the worst game I've ever played actually. But the annoying thing is, let's go over the actual things that are actually pretty decent about it. It tries to be a more survival based game, and you know, the fact that this game just doesn't give you unlimited ammo. Instead you have to go around picking up spears and using somewhat puzzle solving to find your way using fire and things like that. Now that's really cool and all, but when you've got a game based on King Kong and you're going around using a fucking spear to kill centipedes, giant centipedes, weird scorpion things, giant bats, and dinosaurs, it ain't King Kong. I mean, you couldn't have a game where you just go around as King Kong and destroy buildings and, you know, things like that, because that would be called Rampage. Or it would be a half decent game, and that's not what they wanted. They wanted to go for a game where you play as a human, of course. You do actually get a chance in the game to play as King Kong, but not very often. And even when you play as him, it just doesn't seem that great. It's average. This game is average, but this game has a lot of problems. And one really annoying thing about this game is that, like I said, you've got giant fucking raptors and dinosaurs coming at you, and instead of having a gun, you're throwing spears at them, and they run out so quickly, and they kill you instantly. The game glitches out as well. There's so many times in the game where I've died, and I haven't realised how I died. There's a part in the game where I was told where my fucking teammate was getting killed constantly, and every time I got there I thought it was because I was meant to go forward and save him, but instead I was meant to look down. The game didn't tell me that. You know, it's kind of those games where you go, what the fuck, a lot. It has a lot of issues, this game, but it's not the worst one on this pile actually. It's a somewhat decent game, and it does have some redeeming qualities, but it does have a lot of downfalls. Overall, King Kong, the official game of the movie, it's not the worst freaking movie game out there, but there are a lot better ones. I'll give this game a 6 out of 10, which is okay. But I ain't going to be playing it again anytime soon. And why this got a limited edition, I don't know. You know, it's just one of those things. What we got next? Oh, now we're really in for some shit. Pro Evolution Soccer 3. Because we all know I love my Pro Evolution Soccer. I just decided to put this game in, have a quick match and just see what it was like. But for what this game is, it actually has a lot of interesting and lots of menu screens. There's a lot of text in this game for a football game. In fact, the only time you actually see any graphics is when you actually play the actual matches. The only time you actually see those graphics is when you play the matches. Every other time it's just text. And it's horrible. But there's a lot of intricate ideas for just to create your own player and create your own team, which is pretty cool, I guess, if that's your thing. But as for the game itself, it's a piece of fucking shit. Let me tell you, I don't play a lot of football games, but I know for a fact what a football game should be like. So I've got a ball in my. So when I have the ball, what does that mean? The enemy team or opposing team should try and get the ball off me, but instead they just go like this. They do the mannequin challenge, honestly. And this was before the mannequin challenge was a thing. But even so, they just stare at you when there's two modes. When you have the ball, the opposite team will just stare at you. They won't do anything. I won 7-1 because, well, it was like 7-0 or 7-1 because they just stood there. I was at the other end of the pitch and I ran straight through the people. I just ran straight through them. I could have done it with a goalkeeper. They don't come after you. They just stand there and watch you. And then the other mode is when they have the ball, they actually play like they're playing football. But it's broken. The controls feel extremely delayed. Not the most delayed controls I've ever used, but they feel delayed. It just feels like this game is 5 out of 5. They gave this game a 5 out of 5. Maybe it was okay back in 2002, 2003 when this came out. Maybe it was okay. But, I mean, this game just seems like a piece of shit. Maybe, I don't know why I got a 5 out of 5. Maybe it's because they thought it was decent. But the game could be half decent if you want to record it and just laugh at how bad it is, I guess. But overall, this game isn't very good. And do you want to know something really funny about this game? You can have up to 8 fucking players playing this. Yeah, I mean, you know, you get a couple of friends round, family round, go, yeah, we got, I set up the old PS2, yeah? Yeah, I've got a game where we can play with 8 people, you know, what game can you play? What are some fun games to play with a bunch of friends, you know, Mario Party, Smash Bros, I don't know, Pro Evolution Soccer 3. Overall, I give this game a 3 out of 10 because it's a piece of shit and I paid 5p for this game. That goes to show just how much it's worth. It's a football game. They're not worth anything. And the only thing these are worth are laughing at, I guess. It's just, the game is aware. It goes, it's almost unfair. It says it's almost unfair. It is almost unfair. Because when you have the ball, they don't play the game. It's unfair to the AI. Alright, what we got next? Okay, let's have a look at a somewhat decent one. Total Overdose, yeah. This game is if you took mix between GTA, Max Payne, and Mexico. Let's get some of the good things about this game. This game is fun. Okay, it is a fun game. But it is fun to do all the different action moves and fly around killing lots of people. But it gets monotonous pretty fast. But it doesn't really please a lot of people, to be honest. This game is extremely, extremely stereotypical. because it's based in Mexico, everything has to be stereotypical Mexican, like Chihuahua and fucking spicy and bloody Tijuana, and you know, everything has to be lowriders, and you know, this game couldn't be any more stereotypical because that's what all Mexican people are like. No, I don't think they are. But this game, like I said, it feels like Max Payne if it was an open world game, but it's not, because even it fails at even being an open world game, because every time you go into a new, the map is set in 3 different parts. Well, not 3 different parts, just smaller parts. But every time you want to go into a new part of the city, you have to load. That's so annoying. Do you want to know what the worst thing about this game is? The loading. The loading and the saving. This game saves after everything. It saves after everything. Oh, you've done a mission, save. Oh, you've done a bonus mission, save. Oh, you've gone to a new area, let's load it and then let's save it. That's the main gripe I have with this game, is that it just has so many loading times and saving times. Why? It shouldn't do that. I think you might be able to turn it off, but still, it's just annoying. This game could have been really fun, and this game is okay for what it is. It's quite a fun game to just put in and just mess around on, but even so, it's not like GTA where you can put it in, just mess around, because it seems like this game is more linear. And you might be thinking, why the fuck did it make this list with all the other shitty games I've got on here? Because I got to a part in the game where I'm meant to defend these trucks, and then the game breaks. I shit you not, the game glitches out. The truck drives, stays there, I kill all the enemies, but there's an enemy missing for some reason. It's like he disappeared, and the trucks will not move. And then the game just don't work after that. It just got to that point, and I don't know if it was just a glitch. Maybe I'll try it again someday, but fuck that. I'll give this game a 6.5 out of 10. Maybe a 7, because it's fun. But long load times and overabundance of fucking load and save times. Very stereotypical and just monotonous. But fun. Alright, what have we got next? Oh, now we really are in for some shit. Snowboard Racer 2. It's not the first time I've done a bit of a pissed off review on a snowboarding game. But you want to know what? When I look back at AMP 3, it wasn't that bad actually. Compare it to this. This is a piece of fucking shit! It is the worst. I shit you not, the worst snowboarding fucking game I have ever played. It's not a racing game, because, do you want to know why? It don't please anyone. It doesn't please anyone. It don't please snowboarding fans. Do you want to know why? Because you can't fall off your board. There's a mode in this game called Crash Mode, very similar to the Crash Mode on Burnout, where you're meant to hurt yourself, but you can't fall off your board. I shit you not, I was at an angle, went straight into a mountain at an angle, but my character just kept on going. Just kept on going. Yeah, try that in real life. Just crash into a mountain, see what happens. I'm sure you'll be fine. Tricks. You can't do tricks on this game. You press the button and it don't do a trick. Do you want to know what happens when you play a snowboarding game? You hold X and you go faster. When you let go of X, you jump. In this game, you press X and it will just jump on its own. It will do a little jump, by the way, a very little jump. But that's not how it works. You don't fucking change the one thing about snowboarding games. You don't jump by pressing X, you hold it. You hold it and then you let go of it. You don't tap it. And as for the racing part, it's not. Because you even have an option to race on your own. That should be a time attack mode. It just fucking makes me laugh how bad this game is. I paid 25p for this game. What can you get for 25p these days? An energy drink. Or Snowboard fucking Racer 2 from Kex. Yeah. Snowboard Racer 2. I do not want to know what Snowboard Racer 1 is like. If that even exists, I never heard of Snowboard Racer 1. If you want a fun snowboarding game, try Coolboard. That's a pretty fun racing snowboarding game. But if you're looking for a really good... Excuse me. If you're looking for a really good snowboarding game, just get one of the SSX games. Any of them, they're all good. I think the the latest one wasn't as good, but it's still okay. Alright, we've got 4 more left. Next we have Alias. I ain't going to say a lot on this one because I played it for about 5 minutes. Based on a TV show, never watched it. It's meant to be a stealth action game, and it could have been a pretty decent game. But here's what really annoyed me. Instead of starting the game off all action packed, you start the game off just walking through a little casino or something, a club, and taking someone's drink over to them, and then you go into then you're meant to sneak round into the kitchen, and that's as far as I got. I got into the kitchen, I got seen straight away, even though I was sneaking as the game told me to, and then it sent me back out into the club, and whenever I went to try and go back behind the bar, it wouldn't let me. So maybe the game just refuses to let you try again. But if that's the case, it should come up with mission failed. When you fail a mission, when you fail, it comes up with mission failed, and you retry. Not let's send them back and not let them do it again. Maybe it lets you do it again. Maybe I've got to do the whole mission again. But if that's the case, why didn't it come up saying mission failed? Try again. That's as far as I got. And am I going to play this game again? Probably not. So this game was fucking shit. Well, I don't know. I don't know if this game is shit. Just the part I got to was pretty shit. I thought this was going to be a pretty decent beat 'em up fighting action game. Instead, you sneak into a kitchen and the game just stopped. Alias? No. Fuck that. Then we have another sports game, Athens 2004. Being at London 2012 on the Xbox 360 is actually a really fun game. You'd think this one would be very similar, but no. This has 3 major flaws. The first one is load times. Oh yeah, load times. There's so many fucking load times in this game. You have to load the event, load the actual start the event. When you've done the event, you have to load it back, and then you have to load again. Yep, load, 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 load. Fucking load and saving again. Another flaw with this game is that I know it's come out in 2004, but the graphics are just horrible. They're absolutely disgusting. And I know it's 2004, but I mean, I'm sure back in 2004 there was some much better graphics. I think, yeah, Alias come out in 2004, and this game had some decent graphics. That's one thing, it had some decent graphics. The Total Overdose come out a year later, but it had decent graphics. This game just has shit graphics. And another thing that really pisses me off about this game is that the events change the rules. If you do running 100 meters, all you do is tap the button, right? You tap the button, simple enough. But if you do 1,000 meters or whatever it is, you go into a first person sort of view and you have to use the analog stick. Like, what the fuck? Why? It's the same event, but why? It's the same thing, it's running. You're running. Why are you using an analog stick to run? Why are you using in first person view? The game changes the rules on some of the events, and half the time the events don't work. But this game could be half decent. Maybe if I get into it sometime, it could be a pretty fun game to play with someone else. But for now, it's not worth it. Another game that I played for about 5 minutes and turned off. Extreme Quads. Alright, yeah. Extreme Quads my fucking ass. The only thing extreme about this game is the fucking shit you're gonna need after playing it. Yeah. First of all, the quad bikes have monster truck wheels for some reason. Yeah, the wheels are massive for some reason. The controls are very, 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 very sensitive. And for a racing game, you don't want sensitive controls. You tap the button left, you tap the button to move left, and your bike zooms into the wall. One of the worst controls I've ever played for a racing game ever. You crash into rocks, which you think you'd be able to go over, but you crash all the time. And instead of falling off your bike, you just crash into it, and then you get stuck on it. This game is absolutely shit. It's one of the worst quad bike racing games I've ever played, and it's very unappealing, and pretty much all the levels are pretty much the same fucking thing. This game can fuck off. And the last one, the main feature almost. Yeah. We have Disney Extreme Skate Adventure. And yeah. So this game, I'm trying to, yeah, okay, I was right. So everyone played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. In my opinion, one of the best Tony Hawk games of all time. So Disney come along and go, we'll throw our hat in the our name in the hat, and can you use the same engine to make a skateboarding game for us? But use Disney characters. Seems like a pretty cool concept. But here's where it fails at that. Instead of Disney characters, lots of Disney characters, you get Toy Story, Tarzan, and Lion King. A pretty weird combination, don't you think? You think, okay, Toy Story, fair enough, and Lion King thing, but why Tarzan? Why not include some of the classic Disney things in there? Why not have stuff like, you know, I mean, yeah, it would seem pretty weird having Snow White go around on a skateboard, but why not Mickey Mouse? Why not Minnie Mouse? Why not Goofy? Donald Duck? Maybe they make an appearance in this game, but why are they not playable characters? It's because Toy Story was popular at the time. And Toy Story 2 characters. You only have Buzz, Woody, and fucking Zurg. And Zurg's an unlockable character, so technically you don't have him until you unlock him. But why? Why those three characters? Why? Well, obviously Buzz and Woody, that you've got to have them. But why not include, you know, Jessie, Bullseye, Stinky Pete? Why not all the memorable characters from the movie instead of just 3 characters? Ham, fucking Mr. Potato Head. You know, you've got all these characters. And then you've got Tarzan characters. And to be honest, Tarzan isn't even my favourite Disney movie anyway. So, you've got Lion King as well. And it's like, just no. You could have had a really good selection of Disney characters, but you just chose to go with 3 random different ones. Toy Story I get because it was popular at the time. And then you have little boys and little girls. Now, don't take that the wrong way. But obviously this game is aimed towards kids because it's a Disney game, so it's aimed towards kids. But here's where it makes me think this was based on a real thing, because when you play as the 2 kids in the game, you see a little video in the top showing the actual kid with skateboarding gear on. So part of me thinks Disney were doing a skateboarding event. I don't know, but it just feels weird playing as a kid in Tony Hawk game, and I know a lot of people go, well, it's aimed towards kids, but it just seems really weird. And worst thing about this game is, even though it was used by the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 power engine, or the engine, it's fucking crap! The Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 engine was amazing. I mean, it's not perfect, but it was pretty good. This game, you fall over so many fucking times. The controls are delayed. Again, the controls don't work very well. You fall over to pull off tricks, it's a fucking very lucky chance that you're going to land it. You glitch through things as well. You glitch through things. Yeah, there's a pole, there's a big, you know, a big barrier. Yeah, just go straight through it, why not? You know, you glitch through things. It seems like it fucking barely works. The game was built on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater engine, Pro Skater 4 engine, but it didn't take what Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 was good. And you know what? What was good about that game? But do you know what? Why did they need to make this game? Tony Hawk Pro Skater was a game that we all played as a kid. You know, I used to play Tony Hawk as a kid because I couldn't go out and skateboard. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I'd fall over and break my neck. So most of us stayed home and played Tony Hawk. Why did they need to make one aimed towards kids? Because most kids back in the day would play Tony Hawk. So why did they make a Disney one? Because it's Disney. And kids are fucking stupid. Mom, there's a Disney game. Whoa, what is it? It's Disney Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Don't you already have Tony Hawk Pro Skater? Yeah, but it's Disney. What's the difference? It's Disney? I guess. I thought Tony Hawk was pretty good. Why did they need to make this? Because Activision don't give a fuck anymore. And it's a shame, because Activision used to be one of the greatest developers, and now they just don't care. All these games that I played are fucking shit. They're not the worst games I've ever played. Some of them are alright. But it just makes me worried, because the PS2 is a console that I grew up with and I loved. But coming back to it, it seems like all I'm playing are shit games. Games that I thought were awesome, but now they're shit. Could it be that the PS2 just isn't as good as what I thought it is? Could it be that the new modern era of gaming is just got to me? I don't know. But hey, the next game I've got here is Red Faction 2. And I'm going to give this game a try. I mean, this was a game I played as a kid and I thought it was pretty awesome. In fact, this game's on PS4 as a digital only, but got a HD remake and update, I guess. So maybe it's half decent. Could it be that the PS2 does have redeeming qualities and maybe I'm just being stupid? I don't know. I'll give this one a try and see if my childhood isn't all lies. So there we have it. Micro reviews, shitty reviews, shit games. If you like this style of video, please leave a thumbs up and comment below. And of course, feel free to subscribe for more content. I will try to do more reviews like this, where I just get a bunch of games out of the way, because these games aren't worth a full review, an in-depth review, because they're shit. But hey, maybe the one that I'm going to play now is much better. Who knows? I'm going to end the video here because I don't feel too great either. So I will see you in the next video. Take care. See you later.